Hey guys, I'm Jason Inman, and it's time to talk about some DC TV, and I have William Bibbiani from Crave Online here, which is a really awesome website. What are you guys featuring this week?
Well, this week, one of the big things going on in popular culture is the release of Furious 7. So we've got a great long interview with director James Wan talking about the difficulties of that production that everyone knows about. We've also got some cool stuff like a list of action movies, but with a sensitive side, because Fast and Furious is all about family.
All right, it's great. Well, let's talk about some DC TV.
Let's do it.
All right, the first thing we want to talk about is The Flash. They've got a new episode called Tricksters, and they're going to have two Tricksters in this episode, including Mark Hamill, the Trickster from the 1990s television show.
That's right. Mark Hamill was a Trickster in the 1990s TV show. He was also the voice of the Joker in the animated series Batman. He was also the voice of the Trickster in Justice League Unlimited, so he's got a lot of legacy coming into this. And like in the comics, there are two Tricksters. There's the original James Jesse, and then there's the copycat, the young version.
Yeah, it's really great that they're pulling in Devin Gray as Axel Walker, the copycat Trickster from the comic books created by Jeff Johns. And also in this episode, we definitely know now that Harrison Wells is Eobard Thawne, and we're going to get a little bit of his backstory.
He is basically the Flash's arch nemesis. You've seen them fight before on the series. It's been very, very exciting. I am very excited to learn more about this version of Eobard Thawne, who seems to be a little different than the comics, but we'll see a lot more of that this week.
The next one we want to talk about is IZombie, which is going to be the Exterminator.
That's right, the Exterminator. We're getting a lot of cool stuff in this episode. We're going to find out more about the biology of zombies, what happens when they eat brains, what happens when they don't eat brains. This is also an episode in which Liv, she's a zombie and her name is Liv, I just got that. Liv,
mind blown.
Right? This is the episode in which Liv actually eats the brains of a sociopath, and that's going to give Rose McIver a lot of opportunity to show her range. And this is kind of the most exciting part of the show for me in a lot of ways, is to see how Rose McIver can handle all of these different character types every time she eats a brain, and then deal with the similar story, usually it's a murder mystery of some kind, in a different way.
Now let's talk about my favorite show, Arrow. Now, this new episode is Public Enemy, and it seems that the League of Assassins and Ra's, or Raish if you're in the League, is creating a lot of trouble in Starling City.
He wants Arrow to be the new Ra's al Ghul, and Oliver is just like, no, I don't want to do that. And so we've seen him making a hard time for him in Starling City, trying to push him in the direction of becoming that, and we're going to see a lot more of that in this episode and seeing it kind of come to a head.
And then Ray and Felicity's relationship can he's going to heat up, we see?
Yeah, I hope so.
You know, I wonder if that's an allusion to
that is a very attractive couple. Come on. And he even did the salmon ladder. We're done. They're the perfect match.
All right, now let's talk about the Bad Apple of the Week, where we like to feature somebody who you should keep your eye on. Who's our Bad Apple this week?
Well, this week it's got to be Captain Lance. Now, he's not a bad guy, but he's very often been at odds with Oliver Queen, at least as the Arrow. He doesn't believe in vigilantism, and the one time he finally said, I trust the Arrow. And then he lied to me about my daughter being dead for months. So this seems to be the moment where he's going to step up and actually really make life really, really hard for Oliver, who clearly wears his heart on his sleeve a lot and feels really bad about this to deal with.
So maybe this could destroy the Commissioner Gordon / Batman relationship that this show has had so far.
I think it's very likely to, but we'll have to see how it pans out.
Well, thank you so much, William, for talking to us about some DC TV, man.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you, audience.
Be sure to check out the Flash Season 0 digital comic if you're looking for more adventures with the fastest man alive. And if you're looking for all the #DCTV secrets that you may have missed from this week's episodes, be sure to go to DCComics.com.